Today we're talking about stopping negative thinking and how we can retrain up our mind as to how we can be different. So if you're watching this and you want people to know about these free talks, I'm going to try and do one every day, 5 times a week. How cool would that be? 5 times a week, I'm going to be doing live coaching and also live hypnosis. Okay, I'm going to do a different topic, and every topic I do, I plan to do a hypnosis session to accompany it. And so if you're on Periscope, go ahead and give me the hearts if you want that. And also, please go ahead and share. I think you have to swipe to the side. And on Facebook, if you go ahead and share, I will go ahead and just so I know that you are wanting this, that's great. And for those on Facebook, I'm going to choose one person who shares this in the next 2 or 3 minutes. I'm going to share it, or whoever shares it, sorry, I'm going to send a free book out to you, okay? Whoever shares on Facebook is going to get a free video, I can't even speak today, a free book, and also on Periscope, the person with the most hearts will get a free book from me as well. So I'm going to give my book out to one person on Periscope and one person on Facebook on the hearts on Periscope, and choose someone who's sharing on Facebook Live. So what I've been up to. So I was ill a few days ago and it really put me back, but now I'm really ready to go again. I haven't actually been on Periscope or Facebook for a while because of Christmas and New Year. Then I got a little bit under the weather with a fever and everything. So I had to really recover, and I think sometimes we've got to pay attention. And one reason why I got ill, by the way, is because I wasn't paying attention to myself. I was just working hard because I've got this crazy cool project I'm going to be giving to you very soon, and I was just pushing my body through a bit too much. So that's why I wasn't feeling very well. But I've learned from my lesson, and I'm ready back to regulate myself in a better way whilst also giving great quality feedback into how you can make changes in your life when it comes to any issue, any situation. I'm going to be doing these once a day, 5 times a week. Hold me accountable, guys. If you don't see me live once a day, Monday to Friday, even sometimes the weekend, send me a message and I'll jump on, because I want to really be able to help as many people as possible. So today, how to stop negative thinking. I was thinking about this idea of how we can do this because it's really, really important and very, very valuable to be able to educate our mind in such a way that it will pre-teach it how to think negatively. Now, if you know me, and you're one of my listeners, I mean, at the moment we're getting over 200,000 downloads every month. These are getting so many views on YouTube. That's like 30,000 every month on YouTube and everything else. You know that negative thinking attracts more negative thinking. That is the reality. It sets in motion more negative thinking. You begin to attract more of it. And there's a reason behind it. It's a reticular activating part of our brain, which if you decide to buy a brand new car, you begin to see that car everywhere. If you begin to learn a new word, you see that word everywhere. Now, those cars were always there, that word was always there, but because it wasn't in the forefront of your mind, you were deleting it. It wasn't important to you, so your brain didn't bring it to your attention. Now, here's the thing. If you're thinking negatively, that's important to you. And it's based on importance by the feeling we attach to it. So if you have lots of fear or doubt or worries or anxiety, that's a huge amount of emotion. And if you've got that huge amount of emotion, that's in the forefront of your mind, and that creates this attraction at an unconscious level. And it is completely unbiased by this, by the way. So if you focus on positive things, your brain is wired up to focus on more positive things. Unfortunately, if you do it in a negative, it will do the negative. It will focus and get more of that. So we have to come up with a strategy which will allow us to retrain our mind. Because I hear you when you guys sometimes say, but Joseph, it's hard. It's a struggle because I've been doing it for so long. And it's true. because it's a habit. Anything that you do with consistency over a prolonged amount of time, it will be a habit. Like walking, like talking, like driving. But like all habits, they start somewhere. And they start out very small, and they start out very hard. When you first learned to walk, you just didn't get up walking. It took time, it took persistence, but very quickly, maybe in a few weeks or even 30 days or 60 days, you have to unconsciously take that on as a way of being. That is what happens. So the good news about that is, if you've got negative thinking right now and that's a habit and you're struggling with it, the good news is we can retrain our mind. It's like an overgrown garden. It's just been used to the one pathway so long, you just walk down that negative way of thinking because it's easy. There's no big bushes or growth or trees in the way. It's just easy. But we can start to go down a new route to the part of the brain. If you do it, this process I'm about to do with you consciously and also in hypnosis. That's right, I'm doing a hypnosis session today with you. You'll start to make some profound changes. So if you want to learn this, go ahead and give me a hearts on Periscope and also on Facebook. Let me know that you want to be able to get this, because that means I just know that this is something that you want. Okay, so Periscope is going crazy and Facebook is doing pretty good as well. Periscope, you're actually beating Facebook on the hearts to comment like ratio. So good job there, guys. So let's go for it. So every time you get a negative thought, I got 4 things I need you to do. You see, people think that their unconscious mind runs them. Like, we cannot control it. The fear gets in the way, the worry or the doubt, and it's out of our control. That is a lie. I'm telling you it's a lie because I used to be that way. I used to think that way. And then I discovered how I could change my thoughts to work on my behalf. That is the key to all I do. I want you to have control. So you don't even need me, that you just have the manual for the brain. And today's topic is about how to stop the negative thinking so you have the control. So first of all, whenever we get negative thinking, there's the first thing. Whenever we have that negative thought, whose job is it to make a change? Whose job is it? It's our job, or your job when it comes to negative thinking. Okay, so negative thinking is a signal from your unconscious mind for you to do something about it. Okay, I'll say it again. And I say this about anxiety. Anxiety is a signal for you to focus on what you want. Same thing with negative thinking. When a negative thought happens, it's your job to do something about it. That's the initial one fundamental thing that we must do. Okay? Fundamental, we must pay attention to it. Many people I work with are depressed, they're worried, they're anxious, and they just keep on experiencing it and feeling out of control. It might be hard, but the first thing is we become conscious. We become conscious of the thought that we're having. If we become conscious, we can do something about it. So let's go ahead to step 1, really. I mean, that's the first vital thing. But what happens when we become conscious of this? Okay, so first thing I want you to do is this. As soon as you have a negative thought, which is usually based on, think of a negativity, it's based on scarcity. Not having what you want, expecting something that you don't want, thinking of the negative consequence, thinking bad about yourself. So it's very much a lack of, it's a scarcity, it's negativity toward ourselves or something external. So the first thing we must do, as soon as we're consciously aware of it, is focus on what you do have. Many people forget the immense power of the qualities and the things we can be grateful for, but what we do have. So as soon as you have that negative thought, your first job is to focus on what you have in this moment. Do you have things to be grateful for? Do you have things that you can think, actually, I might not have the money, but you know what? I have a great set of friends, or I have a house, or I have a job, I have a family, I have clothes to wear, I have fill in the blank. You focus on something immediately which you can be grateful for. So that's the first angle we go at. So negativity comes in, bang, Focus on gratitude, something that you can be really thankful for, and preferably more than one. Yes, you guys, you have more than one. There's many things you can be grateful for. You can be grateful for paying attention right now, listening to this, investing your valuable time in educating yourself. That is the biggest thing I believe we should be grateful for in this moment, because you're educating yourself to happiness. So the first thing we do is negativity comes in, we become conscious of it, and then we have gratitude. We focus on something which we have gratitude for. Why? Because it takes you out of scarcity mode. It takes you out of the scarcity, the worry and doubt. Maybe not the whole thing, because don't worry, I'm going to give you some more angles to attack this and to educate ourselves. But we must really focus on the gratitude because it takes away the fear-based thinking, the scarcity, the negative doubts and worries. That's what happens. So the first thing we do is exactly that. We focus on the gratitude. Then number two. What is number two? It's something which we call reframing. Okay, so whenever something happens, and you'll notice this with the very positive, optimistic people, no matter what the tragedy they're going through, no matter what's happening, they begin to focus on a positive spin, okay? They spin the negative thing into something positive that they can learn or grow from. So we call that reframing. So that's something we can attack at a different level. So we got gratitude, and then we think of, what can I reframe this thing with? So if, for example, the negative thought was, I'm not good enough or I'm not worthy, that's the negative thought which comes in. Then we go, okay, how can I reframe this? What am I good enough in? What am I actually good enough at doing something? It might not be applicable to the negative thought, but you think of something where you actually do have the good enough or being worthy. So whatever it is, you reframe the situation or the problem or the negative thought or fear into something positive. You become the spin doctor of your life. You begin to spin it into something positive, or you learn from, or you grow from. So we're really putting it in a new perspective. Like, it could be something like, there's been many opportunities in my life which haven't gone my way, okay? But you know what? Every thing I really wanted which didn't go my way, guess what? Something else came better, quicker, and more efficient for me after that. So it may not have worked right then, but something better came for me. That's a more optimistic viewpoint. Or we could just reframe it into, as I said, well, all men or all women are horrible people. Okay, so you maybe had some bad relationships. You look for someone in the world or in yourself who has and contradicts that thought in your mind. Because when we do that, we're starting having let go on the gratitude, let go of some of the scarcity. We're now reframing it in a way where we're looking for other things in our life or in the world around us where people change that. Say, for example, I can't lose weight. You look for times in your life where you have lost weight, or you look for people who are very overweight and manage to do it, and then you go, actually, maybe I can do it. I know this is just an example here, but I'm trying to give you a wide scope. What we do is, negative thought comes in, gratitude. Number two, we focus on the reframe. How can I spin it? How can I look for an example where something has worked for me, or someone in the world who has achieved what I want? When we do that, we're reframing it. The issue is getting smaller each time. Take away the scarcity for the gratitude, and now we're reframing it, getting more positive learnings when it comes to the reframing. So that's two things. Negative thought comes in, we do one, and then do two, sorry. What's the third one? We ask ourselves, how can I be different, or how do I want to be in the positive? So don't think in the negative here, because you know that's going to get more negative thinking. We say, okay, how do I want to be different? You focus on how you want to be different in the positive. By doing that, you're giving yourself, the unconscious mind, a way of how you can do something different. So you go, if you go, why am I always like this? That like the negative thought. Why am I such a unconfident person? Why do I always fail? Why do I always experience this? That gives you more reasons. It gives you more examples in your life as to why you are like you are. It cements it down, it keeps you locked out, not cool at all. But if we change the why into a how, we actually focus on how we can be different. Okay? So imagine, for example, you're going for a job interview and you think, oh, why am I such a bad at interviews? You come up with all the past experiences of how you didn't do very well at interviews. But if you ask yourself, how can I be good at interviews? Or how can I do this successfully? How can I remain calm? It gets your mind to focus on how you can be different, how you can tap into more resources. So when we do that, we're causing our mind to look for alternative strategies into being more positive, into reacting in a certain way. Okay, so that's number 3. So the first one was, obviously that was pay attention to your negative thinking. But then the other main one was gratitude. Second one was reframe. Third one was, how can I be different? How do I want to be in the positive? And then the fourth one, I'm going to flip this on its head a little bit because I'm going to go back to the why now. Okay, usually we go, why am I like this? Why am I such a bad person? Why am I so negative? We're going to use the why and the positive, and it's really, really cool. We go, why am I the opposite of a negative thought? Okay, so let me just break that down. If it was about money, and you go, why am I so poor? The third one was, how can I be abundant? But then this fourth one, the new why is, why am I abundant? What does that do in your mind? It gets your mind to look at things of why you are abundant in this present moment. It might not be about money, but you're abundant in friends, you're abundant in X, Y, Z, and that changes your relationship to the thought. So we're going, why am I positive? Why am I, and by positive I mean whatever the fill in the blank of positive, okay? So why am I worthy or good enough? So if a negative thought was, why am I such a bad, unworthy, ungood enough, fill in the blank there, we go gratitude. We reframe. We focus, how can I be different? And then, why am I worthy? Why am I good enough? And it spins things round in your favor. So what we're doing here, for every negative thought that you get, we're then countering it with 4 questions or 4 small processes. The gratitude, number 1. The reframe, number 2. And then the third, how can I be different? And 4, why am I, fill in the positive blank, whatever it may be. When we do that, we are overflowing, we're completely overriding, we're completely saturating the old negative thought. If you do this every time, or at least try to catch it most of the time, the negative thought, and you follow this simple 4-step process, that's all it is, 4 steps, that's all. If you do that, you will let go of negative thinking. I promise you. In other words, let's put it this way. Negative thought comes in, unconsciously, automatically, your brain will be going, okay, gratitude. Unconsciously, we're going, oh, reframe. Oh, how can I be different? Oh, why am I the opposite of the thing? So it will happen naturally, just like walking, just like talking, just like driving, all those things, it will happen naturally. So yes, you'll do it consciously at first. And it might be a bit of a, kind of like a struggle, bit of friction because it's hard. But when you do so, when you do it that way, you will get your unconscious mind to take control of it. It will take control of that situation. Now, to make this, I mean, is this of value to you, by the way? Is this like a good tip? Because I think it's amazing. Because we're overriding for every negative thought, we're then coming up with 4 different things which attack it at different angles. So if you're enjoying it, that's great, okay? But here's the thing. Who would like to do some hypnosis right now? Live hypnosis right now. Okay, so what I want you to do is this. I want you Oh, so someone's just said, Josh, I think just come on, what are the 4? Or Josh, you just missed out, I'm afraid. No, here we go. So the 4 things are, negative thought comes in. We think of gratitude. What can I be grateful for? Number 2, we reframe it. We look for a positive spin on the situation where we've done something the opposite of that and all those type of things. So we're reframing it into a positive scenario of how can I find qualities in myself in other areas of my life or other people in the world which are actually able to overcome this. We start to model them. And then number 3 was, how can I be different? How can I do these things? When we do that, we're getting our unconscious mind to look for those alternatives, and that means it gets us out of the reasons and excuses. And then number 4 is back to the why, but in a positive way. So rather, why am I poor, or why am I living in a scarcity about money? We go, why am I abundant? Your brain will look for all the reasons as to why you're abundant. It might not be where you think they're coming from, but when you do it, it will happen and it will really cement things in. So there's the 4 things we do. So, Sylvie said, will hypnosis be posted on your website or Facebook? I'm not quite sure if I'll be taking it down. I probably will be keeping it up, so if you want to re-listen to this, you can do. But I always like the live interaction with this. That means you're getting it right from me really, really quickly and easily. So this will be posted. In fact, I'm going to put it on my podcast, okay, guys? I'm going to put this on my podcast so you'll be able to get it in also, I don't know if you can see this, high quality, okay? So you're getting me just through the mic of the phone. You're getting all of this in high quality. It'll be on my podcast in the next week or so. I've got other things I'm posting out. Okay, so let's do this. Okay, Josh, let's do this. So what I want you to do is go ahead and get into a nice, comfortable position. And let's do something really cool as well. Okay, so all I want you to do, it's kind of hard looking at 2 things, but all I want you to do is just look at me for a second, and I want you to breathe in comfortably, and then just relax. Okay, so just breathe in comfortably and then just relax. And as you just breathe in again, relax it out. And as you're looking at me, just relax the muscles around my face and relax the muscles around your face, because I'm doing the exact same thing here. Relax the muscles around your eyes. And as you breathe in again, and then when you exhale, go ahead and close them. That's all we're doing. So go ahead right now and close your eyes. And with your eyes closed, let's have the intention, the desire to adapt what I just said into the unconscious mind to make this even easier for you. So go ahead with your eyes closed now. Give yourself this opportunity to just relax and be comfortable. You see, with your eyes closed, you can be aware of many, many things. Thoughts, sensations, and the gradual alteration of awareness as you just let go. That's it. With your eyes closed, allow your mind to just quieten for a moment. Now you may do that by listening to the sound of my voice, the sounds in the room, thoughts, ideas that allow you to just be here right now. Because in a moment, I'm going to just count down from 5 to 0. And with each number I count down, you'll allow yourself to go into that learning state. Now this learning state is easy and effortless. There's nothing, in fact, for you to do other than enjoy it, to give yourself permission to allow yourself to experience more comfort than you had a few moments ago. And as your eyes are closed and you're allowing yourself to notice how your hands, your arms, your fingers, and how they're positioned, It may be too much effort to even think about. It's easier to just let go and be comfortable. Down from 5, all the way down to 4. And as you relax down from 4, relax down to 3, with the intention of having that positive, resourceful way of being, all the way down to 3. As my voice goes with you, you can allow yourself to be safer than ever before, allowing yourself to grow in so many ways that gives you the ability to control your mind to make that change that you desire. All the way down from 3 to 2. Double that comfort, double that relaxation, and be gentle on yourself, because you can listen to each thing that I say, or you may just drift and dream and wonder and allow yourself to do whatever you do. You see, your unconscious mind can pay attention all the way down to 1, and then all the way down to 0. You see, speaking to your unconscious mind, from now on, you can begin to tap into some empowering resources, some wonderful ways of being that allows you more emotional freedom than ever before, that allows you to get stronger, more powerful, to feel empowered. And with that comfort growing, you can allow your unconscious mind to begin to install those 4 ideas and strategies to overcome that negative thinking. I mean, I don't know if you know this yet, but if you go off into the future and notice when that negative thought may have arisen in the past, notice how you see yourself over there, thinking of all the things you can be grateful for. Because you can slow down this process. You can take your time to notice those things. All the wonderful things in your life, from your qualities, your values, to the materialistic things, to the people in your life, the opportunities going your way. You can just allow yourself to go ahead and consider that, and then allow yourself to consider a reframe of perspective that allows you to go ahead to consider other people in the world who's achieved how you'd like to be, all the ways that you want to be in this world. Consider that, and then go ahead and consider how you, the unconscious mind, can then notice wonderful qualities that you have right now of how you'd like to be different, and how you want your unconscious mind to be in every way that you desire. And then notice why you are that positive you. Notice why you can do what you want. The positive why that gives you reasons as to how great you are, and allow you to be who you want to be. You, the unconscious mind, can begin to do this process quickly and unconsciously, all by itself. It can allow it to happen in such a profound way, in this meditation of learning and growing, to give you the ability to do that at any given moment that you desire. And it will do it for every future situation. Just scrolling through, getting more and more powerful with each time your unconscious mind does and implements this new strategy. You, the unconscious mind, can make that happen. Find the learnings, get the resources, and allow yourself to be the real you. And you can thank your unconscious mind, because in a moment, I'm going to count back up from 1 to 5. And on 5, you'll be wide awake, ready to take on the rest of the day or evening or morning, no matter where you are. So you can feel refreshed and outside, Allow yourself to see the new opportunities of that positive way of being. So go ahead now, as I begin to count from 1, becoming more and more alert to 2. Allow yourself this opportunity to breathe in through your nose and oxygenate your whole mind, body, and soul. At 3, go ahead and imagine a nice cool cold shower refreshing yourself as you begin to that more waking state out of the learning trance that gives you more ability to get that control that you want. And then at 4, getting more and more alert in every way. And at 5, go ahead and open your eyes all the way back into the room, whatever room you're in, knowing that your unconscious mind can begin to apply this strategy. So I hope you enjoy that, because now your unconscious mind can begin to implement this. Now, here's the thing, guys. You have to do this consciously too. You have to consciously apply it. The hypnosis will help. You can keep on listening to this. It's going to Periscope for the next, 48 hours or 24 hours. And I'm also going to put it on my podcast. So if you enjoy that, go ahead. And I'm really pleased that you enjoyed that, Kimberly. And Judy as well. I really hope everyone really liked that.